Hello everyone, welcome back to another session with me, Pushpa. So today we will be learning Unit 4, the second poem, that is The Naughty Boy from Classics. So if you're new to my channel, please click on the subscribe button, and if you like my video, give it a big thumbs up. So let's move on to the poem. So the poem was written by John Keats. He was a revered English poet whose short life spanned just 25 years. John Keats was born on October 31st, 1795 in London, England, and died at the age of 26 in 1821. But he was one of the main figures of English Romantic poets with Lord Byron and P.B. Shelley. So coming to the glossary of the poem, naughty means badly behaved or disobedient. Yard, an area of land immediately adjacent to a building. Merry, cheerful, and lively. Cherry, a small soft round stone fruit that is typically bright or dark red. Weighty, weighing a great deal or heavy. So the coming to the poem, let me read the poem first. There was a naughty boy, and a naughty boy was he. He ran away to Scotland, the people there to see. There he found that the ground was as hard, that a yard was as long, that a song was as merry, that a cherry was as red, that lead was as weighty, that fourscore was as 80, that a door was as wooden as in England. So he stood in his shoes and he wondered, he stood in his shoes and he wondered. So let's look into the explanation part. So there was a naughty boy and a naughty boy was he. So this boy was very naughty. Once a naughty boy went to Scotland to see its people. There he found a ground which was as long as a yard, a song which was joyful and merry. So the cherry which was very red, the lead which was very heavy, an 80-year-old 80, and a wooden door was the same as in England. It was all the same as was in England. The boy stood in his shoes, looking at all these things. He wondered at all these things. So there was a naughty boy, and he was a very naughty, which means he was a very disobedient and misbehaved child. And he ran away to Scotland. So he wanted to know what's there in Scotland. So he wanted to see how the people look and how the city is or how the country is. The people there to see. There he found that the ground was as hard. So the ground was as hard as the same in England, and the yard was also as long as how it is in England. Yard is nothing but the place which is just adjacent to our building is called as an yard. And it was as long as in England, and the songs were as pleasant as in England. The same, everything is the same. He feels that. That a cherry was red. So how the red cherry is looking in England, the same way it is also looking in Scotland. That lead was as weighty. So that lead was as weighty. So the lead was as weight as it is in England. That fourscore was as 80. Fourscore is nothing but 4 times 20 is called fourscore. So that's nothing but 80. The same way, 80 here in England is the same that as in Scotland. That a door was as wooden as in England. So the door was looking the same how it is in England. So this little boy stood in his shoes and he was wondering, why is this like this? So he was wondering, why? So like he thought that there is something different. He was wondering that there would be something different, but everything looked the same. So let's look into the glossary, new words or like wooden. So wooden is nothing but the furniture which is made up of wood. Merrily, very happily, joyfully. Wonderful. So looking beautiful. And wondered means looking with some what kind of like I can say that Like, isn't it the same? Okay. Wondered means he was wondering. He was wondering that, so for this sake did I come to Scotland? He was wondering. Okay. So the new words from the poem are naughty, found, ground, merry, cherry, weighty, wooden, and fourscore. Right. So you can underline all these words. Okay. And thank you for listening to me. This was a great poem written by John Keats. Okay. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy.